listening to high school football on NEPAfootball.com.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Get your career started the right way at Jack Williams Tire and Auto Service Centers. What started as a local family company is still exactly that. Only now, our family is just a bit bigger. Now with 37 locations and 800 plus employees, we're still growing strong and
Can you see yourself working in
Video stream here on NEPAfootball.com tonight. Normally we are an audio broadcast, sort of an internet radio kind of arrangement. Tonight, more like a TV show, more like a televised game. We've got video. Our friend Thomas is our technical crew and camera operator out there.
And much smarter than both of us put together.
Well, it's a good thing that he's got a handle on the technical aspects of the video portion of this broadcast, because if it were up to either you or I, it would be a bit more of a challenge. We talked about Wyoming Valley West before the break here on the Mansfield University pregame show. Let's talk about the Pittston Area Patriots. They come in at 0-1. We talk about teams looking for their first game, much like Dallas. Pittston got held back a little bit before they got started, had to get in the requisite number of practices, so they didn't. They started a week after the rest of the Wyoming Valley Conference. They dropped a game, and you mentioned it in passing a little bit, 37-14 game against Berwick at home last week in the opener. And you mentioned they seemed like they were hanging with Berwick.
They gave
early.
Berwick 14 points early. In the second half, Berwick established himself offensively, running the football in that triple option offense. But this Pittston team is challenged. They didn't have offensive continuity. They struggled stopping the run. They're going to have to shore up a couple of these things and try to turn this season around. It's still early.
Familiar strains of Metallica as the Spartans get ready to come out of the tunnel here at Spartan Stadium. Now they do have some weapons over there on the Pittston side of the ball. Their quarterback, PJ Pisano, he's a senior, and he's poised back there. I had the opportunity to see him in a game last year, late in the season against Crestwood, a game that he wasn't even supposed to play. He wound up getting the start and leading Pittston to a come-from-behind win. It was dramatic. It was at home. The crowd went crazy, and he had to lead them on a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter, and he got it done. So P.J. Pisano able to do some things over there. His tight end, David Beam, he accounted for one of the touchdowns last week against Berwick on a 29-yard pass from Pisano. Pisano ran one in himself in the second quarter. And at the time Pisano, just as you were referring to, at the time Pisano ran that ball in the second quarter, that tied the score at 14 with Berwick, almost midway through quarter number 2. So it had a lot of people that were just looking at updates going, wow, Pittston's hanging with the Bulldogs there. Now the final score said something else. But
this team wore down because all the 3 and outs that they were generating on offense.
They were able to be opportunistic on offense early on in that game, so I'm sure that's something that Coach Nick Barbary and his staff are hoping that they can build on here in week 2. We're going to take another quick break here on the Mansfield University pregame show. We are going to be back with the kickoff presented by Jack Williams Tire and Auto, and then we'll have some football here. Pittston at Valley West, live and on demand on NEPAfootball.com.
At Century Dental, we have 8 dentists. I think it's one of the most unique practices in the area because of that. We have the ability to go to each other, rely on each other, ask each other questions, and if there is a case that comes in, there's 8 opinions. It's truly your one-stop shop where you get all the dentistry done in our location. Whether it's an implant, whether it's extraction, whether they're root canals, crowns, bridges, veneers, we absolutely do everything that dentistry needs or a person needs. It's